This is a recap and review of Vinland Saga, Season 2, Episode 6. And the episode starts with Thorfinn and Einar trying to dig out a tree that has all its roots stuck in the ground. It's very difficult, and they're trying really hard, and they're just not able to do it. And Einar says that they really, really need a horse to be able to do it. That will just make their jobs a lot easier. So they go around trying to ask for a horse, but they're unsuccessful. And obviously, some of the retainers or bodyguards keep bullying them and telling them, no, look, you can't have a horse. You're just slaves. You can't have a horse, basically. And as they're walking, they meet the old man who seems to be Snake's father, and he basically tells them that if they work for him, he will lend them a horse. But they have to do like a bunch of chores around the house, and in exchange, they will give him a horse. So they agree, and they start like chopping up wood, getting him water, and doing a bunch of chores. And eventually, they manage to get their horse. And thanks to their horse, Einar and Thorfinn make a lot of progress. They start taking out all the roots from the trees and start planting stuff. And, they get really hopeful because they're like, if we keep doing this, eventually we'll be able to buy our freedom back. And it was interesting that Thorfinn didn't know anything about farming, which is pretty obvious because where he lives, it was all snow. So he never really farmed. So Einar was very shocked about that he didn't know much about farming. And Thorfinn learned a good bit from Einar. On the way back, they get bullied again by the retainers. And we find something very important, that the old man is Ketil's dad. So the old man used to be the previous master, and he is the father of the current farm owner. And then after that, Einar and Thorfinn go to the old man's house, and they see Snake there. He's sleeping there, and after that, they all eat together. And I honestly really like the farm owners. They're very fair. They treat the slaves very good. They even let Thorfinn and Einar eat with them. We get a little foreshadowing how the farm doesn't have much protection, and how an army of 50 to 60 people can completely take over the farm. And I think that could be a possible foreshadowing for the future. And we get to see Ketil send a bunch of tribute to the king in exchange for protection of the farm. But we'll just have to wait and see if that protection will be good enough. I feel like there's a good bit of foreshadowing that something could go wrong in the farm. Overall, it was another good episode of Vinland Saga. Again, more story progression. I will give this episode an 8.6 out of 10.